Welcome, everyone, to Topic Wonders. Yes, it's been a while. Number 34. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Hello, everyone.
All right, so may the 4th be with you, Scott.
Yes, and the 4th be with you, too. Maybe that's the reason what it was last
Or
night.
is it the Force be with you? Because I tell you, I got to tell you, today, Star Wars Day, and I was just chilling. I mean, I was off today, and I watched, Force Awakens, and I was like looking at the videos that they have up now. This YouTuber had put up Beatles songs attached to the whole Star Wars movie.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so go check that out. That was really interesting. And I went to JHU Comics, and I got Secret Empire #1.
Ooh.
And I got the DC comics. Did I bring it over here? I hope so. Well, first I got this, which I'm going to be doing the Real Beans cast on this.
Yeah.
But let me just show off what I bought today. And I got Secret Empire #1.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's
cool, right? And I got, this is for Anthony, really. I think Joe likes it too, but this is the Reverse Flash Batman.
The Reverse Flash and the
Batman comic.
Yeah.
So with the Watchmen thing going on. So I got those two things, and I'm gonna open up the Doctor Who magazine.
Yeah.
On the Real Beans cast when we do it. Again, it's got a lot of stuff on here. But the thing that I don't understand, like this, they say that this is the May 2017 issue, 511. But I'm seeing all this stuff on the internet of, them showing the truth monks.
Yeah.
Like that's the issue. So I got to find out what's the story here, because this is the newest issue from what I understand. So I got to find out what that's about. Yeah. Again, I got it because it has the poster of Capaldi with the Mondazzi and Cybermen.
Ooh, sweet.
And it has the poster of the companions together with Capaldi.
I wonder if it's a reversible poster then.
Might be. And again, the only thing is that it gets more and more expensive. I mean, this is $12.
Yeah.
That's a lot for a magazine. I mean, this day and age you have digital stuff, but this is an actual magazine, and that's a lot of money. I mean, that they're charging. I mean, it cost me basically $20 for 2 comics and a magazine. That's insane.
I keep forgetting. I keep meaning to get the latest issue or go to Amazon and get resubscribe. But I get busy.
So I don't really like the digital. I'd rather the actual, reading an actual book rather than the ebook, or getting the actual magazine rather than the electronic copy of the magazine.
Oh yeah, my closet's got like old issues of Doctor Who magazine, and it's like a box it's like yay thick, and I think I got a few down here on my.
Now we should do these more often, because this is a more relaxed thing, talking about real life and also talking about the news. So we should do these more often, these Topic Wonders. Maybe we will. I do want to talk about this situation with SourceFed Nerd channel.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing bits and pieces about that today.
Yeah, it turns out that the SourceFed Nerd channel, which I think had over 1 million subscribers, right? They were all fired. This big corporate company bought everything, owned everything, because Philip Franco sold it years ago. So this company steps in that owns it, and it's called Now This Nerd, right?
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that they just took over the channel with the 1 million subscribers, and just like, here we go, not doing anything to earn the 1 million subscribers, and basically
just continuing on what they have.
Continuing on from the work of all these people that got the 1 million subscribers. So my thing is, when did it become that you're selling a YouTube channel, actually, where they get to keep the subscribers? I mean, is that what the business thing was? That they get to keep? I mean, they get to get rid of people? And if they're doing the same thing, I think Meg Turney was talking about it on her show. They're not allowed to say anything really negative because they could get sued by this corporate company. But she made some valid points, like, I mean, everybody, she understands that, this company owns it, but if they're doing the same exact stuff that they said they are, then why can't they have the same people doing it? Like,
yeah,
the
that's what
Source
I'm
Fed Nerd. Why do you got to have new people? And this guy did a video on the channel, and he's like, oh, I know I'm going to get some heat for this. People will see me as the villain. I'm just told I have to talk, and this is what the channel's going to be like. And we respect everybody that was here before, but now this nerd. And people are pissed because they're like, no, it's almost as if you buy something and then it's switched on you, and you paid for one thing, and then it's like you basically getting cheated. It's like they're using the Source Fed Nerd, knowing that people, not everybody know.
It's basically what they call clickbait.
Yeah, that's what they're doing with the thing, because it seems to me that they're just using the popularity of Source Fed Nerd to just, but that's not fair because you're false advertising something that no longer exists. That's like saying one thing before I know you can speak as much as you want. That's like saying, hey, we're promoting the Batman movies with Christian Bale, and Christian Bale is no longer Batman. Yeah. But Ben Affleck's the Batman. That's doing the same crap. I mean, you don't force. I'm against it. What do you think about the situation?
That is true. It's very it's false advertising for one thing, but to bring that, because I was watching the Young Turks today, and I went back and rewatched it. I don't remember the guy's name, but I know he was from Source Fed Nerd, or at least he was from the Source Fed group.
Oh, he was on that show today?
Yeah, he used to be on that show, and now he's with the Young Turks.
Oh, wow.
But no, I agree. I agree with you. If you're going to say that this is going to be blah, 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 don't turn back around and go, oh, it's this, and this. And then you find out that it's not.
Well, this is the new concept because this has never really happened.
Yeah. Where
people actually own somebody else's YouTube channel. I mean, Philip DeFranco, supposedly they own everything. He don't even own his own name anymore. Like, if he does a show for DeFranco this, DeFranco that, he can't. So what he's doing is he's doing a fund trying to collect money where his intent is to basically bring SourceFed back, but not call it SourceFed, like just news for all the people that were his friends, And people will love that because, I mean, he probably feels that he regrets. He's trying to get his name back, his thing back, and just not being under the thumb of somebody. And everybody wants it. Nobody wants to have a boss. They want to be their own boss. And, I wish him the best because I do hope that he's able to do his news network because I think it will be a lot more interesting than anything else. And I'll be the first to watch it. Because I've been watching him since before I even did videos. I think everybody has watched Phil.
Yeah, because I remember it was, I think, around the time when he was calling Sexy Phil is when I first started watching. But
yeah, I mean, I watch him. I watch Monday Matt. There's a few that I watch, and it sucks now. SourceFed's gone, but I try to watch their individual channels, which there's a lot of channels to watch. That they all spread out now and doing their own thing. But besides that, today was Star Wars Day.
Talking about that one thing about him about not really holding his own name for a time, because I was trying to think of the gal's name. Grace Helberg was the same way. And she got back into vlogging as well.
Wasn't it like when Prince gave up his name and then he couldn't be called Prince and he had to buy it back? It's like, I am, like we couldn't even say it.
That was because he was having a dispute with his record company. And then
it's like, I made a mistake. Let me get my name back. So it's like, he was the artist formerly known as Prince, but that didn't work really. So it's, I'm off tomorrow and the weekend and back to work on Monday. And basically, I was just wondering what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to go filming if I could walk on Saturday. But now this whole injury here is not good. And I'm actually going to try to do something for tomorrow. Well, it is tomorrow now, the 5th, Cinco de Mayo, but it's not Cinco de Mayo for me. It's the anniversary of Sorrow separation. my first book. So I'm going to try to do stuff with the pages and do some videos on my books.
It was just a coincidence. So you're going to happen to celebrate Cinco de Mayo at the same time.
Right. I'm like, oh, yeah. I've been a drunken kid. Like, I don't know what happened. Yeah. We drunk out of my mind. Maybe I'll wear the steampunk glasses. I don't know. I'll be like all different characters.
I was wondering if you're going to wear those.
Yeah.
No, officer. I'm sorry I'm not Dunk.
Right. You know what it is? Some people take the YouTube thing too seriously in this community, where they're actually characters. They think they're actors.
Yeah.
Or characters. And you can't be an actor if you got like 6 subs. or like, 6 views. It's like, I don't really know what you're trying to do. But, everybody starts somewhere. But it's just me. I like to do our podcast talking about Doctor Who and the Everything Show and have real opinions. Not somebody comes on here and starts talking smack, lies, thinking like, hey, look at me, ah! And then try to, no. I like real, telling the truth views, not making up views for a kick or a view or subscribers, or do stupid things like that. Like the way YouTube pays now, it's like pennies. So I'm just looking.
Like I said, I'm starting
this
to think
is not
it's
paying
because they're trying to bring in the YouTube TV, and that's what the advertisers are looking at, and that's why they're being real miserly with a lot of this stuff.
Listen, I'm all about making my channel grow, and I'm going to be around for a long time, despite what some people try to do to my channel every now and then. But yeah, and you know what? It's fun. We could, many people out there doing videos, having fun. People may criticize, like I have some older fans on my channel that they want me to just go back to doing single videos. And while that's nice, just giving the news and stuff like that,
it gets dull.
I like having someone to talk to.
Yeah.
I don't like just talking to the camera myself. It feels awkward. I could do it once in a while, but I mean, I do it when my morning segments or whatever. Yeah. But I kind of, I know people don't like that, but I really like doing the podcast.
It actually helps you to bounce off of other people sometimes, because that way you can. I mean, anybody can look at a camera and go blah 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 blah.
Well, no, not anybody can, because some people are just camera shy.
It's easy for some people. It just maybe just look at the camera, blah, 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 blah. But sometimes it actually helps if you can bounce off and engage what other people are saying, because you can tell, because you want to see the facial features, you want to see them, because they don't realize it. But when you make a comment, people are going, okay, because John.
Well, sometimes we get shocked, right? We'll do a show, and we don't know that one of our members is like PO'd.
Yeah.
And they were like, like everybody has different views, man.
Because
you know what? We may not agree with it, but we got to give them the right to talk about what their views are.
That's what John Pertwee used to talk about when he did his show. He liked like the Ogrons and the Draconians, because you could literally work with the actor. You can see their face, you can see their expressions, and it's easy to do that. But when they're hiding behind a mask, what do you react to? It's just like today's green screen. Basically, you got to act like, oh.
And I'm sure as the years come on the channel, that we'll be evolving and we'll be doing different things. Maybe I'll learn how to do special effects. Maybe we'll have a green screen. Maybe we'll do like funky stuff, or maybe I'll get like a professional cameras and professional microphone. But when you get paid pennies, it's like that stuff costs hundreds. So we're not going to do that. But but again, I don't know what the Matrixlord212 channel is going to be in 2018. Who knows? But we have fun while we're doing this. And that's the whole point of, having fun with your friends, because real life is real life. You deal with that on a regular basis. And you can just take a break from that. You come on here and you just spend as much time as you want talking about what you like to talk about, you know? Because life isn't about, I'm attacking this one, I'm attacking that one. I'm going to make a plot where I'm going to think that this guy is attacking this guy, and I'm going to take away subs and add subs. Like, that's just, I don't have time for that. And this community doesn't need that garbage either.
And that gets old. When you do these things, that does get old. You don't realize it at first, but then later on down the line, you start noticing your subs are dropping and your views are dropping. And it's not because of your content, but it's because you're constantly saying, this person's a backer, this person's a door.
See, the thing is, like, I just, it's at a point where it's not like we're making, I don't remember the last time I got a check with YouTube. I'm doing it to have fun, and people just like to disrupt your happy place, I guess, like they see you happy and they want your happiness, or they want to take it away, or they think that, eliminating me out of the picture will make them happy, which it won't, because I'm not like PewDiePie where I have like 50 million subscribers or whatever. I have like 1,064, and if tomorrow I had 2,000 or if I had 1,000, I wouldn't really give a crap, because it's not going to change anything, because I'm still doing what I want to do. I want to talk about Doctor Who, that's great. I want to spend a lot of time talking about Star Wars, fantastic. I want to talk about my books once in a while, great. I want to talk about nonsense, sure. It's whatever it is. And, we have different people in here. Most of the time you're here, some might be a time you're not here. Maybe you're sleeping, whatever. Then we'll have somebody else. We'll have like Chris, or we'll have, Patrick, or anybody. Steampunk will pop in, and that will get like cool, and, hey, and everybody has differences of opinion. Daniel loves Star Trek.
Yep.
And there's a lot of members, and they don't appear all at once. That's, and also when you have too many people in here, it gets where people want to talk, but the things just Schmoogle starts acting crazy, and you can't have too many people in here, and it's like then people get like you can't hear them, or there's technical difficulties, and everybody has different computers and different software, and some people on their phone, some people on their computer.
Like I was about a few weeks, like last month or so, I was constantly on my phone until I got this lovely thing right here.
Yeah, like people are like, oh, think our Matrixlord's computer's fixed. No, well, it's not actually. I'm able to do the Zoom, and I'm able to do the Google, but all my stuff is gone. Like my manuscripts, it's still probably saved on a backup, but I can't change anything. I can't access anything. So all my programs are like blocked and things. So it's like I got to get my computer fixed eventually. But my thing is I don't want to take it and bring it and leave it with them, because then I'm out of I can't do podcasts.
Yeah.
If on a whim, if I want to, and I don't want, what I'm saying? Like, and then you can buy a computer. I'm like, yeah, but do I really want to have 2 laptops? Because this is always going to get fixed. It's going to be like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm going to tap, a laptop here, a laptop here, a laptop here. It's like, hey, no, this is not, I'm not Rockefeller, and this is not, studio.
Joe's on this cast, now he's on this cast. Who's he talking?
I don't need like, one laptop as long as it works, and that's the way it's going to be. Eventually, maybe I would get a better one. We'll see. But for now, my main concern is if I had like money to just do a project, it would be the books. That's what I would do with another book.
Speaking of which, this is one of the first iPads. Okay, it doesn't have the camera and all that to me. And yes, it needs a few upgrades. Man, I got hair by my nose. And no, I haven't been snorting anything, folks. Sorry. But no, the only thing I do on here is just probably just watch whatever movies I've got downloaded, or I just piddle around on whatever little storyline I've got on there. And if I want to transfer it to this computer here, I just make a copy, email it to myself, and then that way I can transfer it to that. But
I think this weekend I'm going to try to see Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm going to have to wait on that because I close, I think, these 2 days. I don't know if I close Sunday, but I know I at least close these next 2 days, so I'm going to have to wait.
There's going to be podcasts on my books. That's a definite. Maybe tomorrow. And then I'm going to be out filming too. If I can feel better tomorrow, if I can go out tomorrow. If not, it has to be Saturday. It's supposed to be Friday and Saturday. I want to do the stuff, but we'll see. I also thought about how I'm going to do because a lot of our members had suggested that I should do live streaming of like playing video games. If you remember, I don't know if you were part of that cast, but
no, I didn't even know.
the thing is that I can't live stream at the moment because I don't have that set up where I can play on the thing that's live streaming at the time. Like I don't have the kids got the PlayStation 4, so
Twitch. That's what I was trying to think of.
well, I mean, my TV in there is like
Yeah.
antiquated, but then I got a new one that I got to set up for that. So we'll see. I'm gonna try to get that going. I'm gonna do that probably in a couple of weeks, not right away. And I also have to do something with the Facebook pages because there's a lot. And I know my friends from years ago, I used to have way more, but you know, I chopped some away. But there's way too many Facebook pages that I have to manage. So eventually, I'm going to have people managing them for me because I just don't have the time to do that. You know, we have a lot of Doctor Who pages, and that is something I'll keep.
Yeah.
But then there's a lot of other pages I have for other things that, you know, Sharon helps me with, and some people help me with. So we're going to have to see what we're going to do with those things. And again, you know, when I start working heavy on book 13, then you'll notice. I mean, some people won't notice less videos. Like, I mean, people probably don't even remember when I was doing Perfect Wish, like the less content on YouTube, but it was there, you know. So
Because like a certain, because the guy who I listen to on Fridays a lot of times, Paul DeMarco, and you saw his, I think you saw his setup for his little radio station. He and his wife do a ice cream, drive an ice cream truck during the summer times. Wow. So that he's not going to be on every Friday night. He may do a random show every now and then.
Right.
But and then I'm generally like there, or Saturday and Sunday I'm on either Rain Show or Diamond Show, who does a trivia thing, and then Rain.
Oh, you're on the air?
No, I'm not on the air.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's one of them's on iVlog, the other one's on Vaughn, and then there's a Diamonds trivia show, and I try to win, but of course there's too many people who beat me to it. But it's fun. I keep telling people I'd love to be able to get back to doing that,
right?
Because I did my own channel with music every now and once in a while, but then I got too busy and I just slowly got away. It's fun. I mean, it is actually fun. You sit there, you look like, oh, this is our next song, but still,
that's pretty cool. So, what else is going on? How was your day?
Oh, it was good. I mean, our truck came in late, so, and then our appliance truck came early, so managed to get that whittled out real quick. But we found out that tractors have to be done within a certain amount of days. It's like, damn, we can't.
Because they have to have sleep, right? And they have to like be on the road, and there's a certain time they have to stop where they're at and just pull over and do whatever.
Yeah, and then like I was telling you before the show, last night it was we had some storms rolling in, and I was chucking some stuff into one of our dumpsters. I'd opened up one of our doors, and it was just like evil. I could literally sense evil just filtering in. It's like, damn. I mean, I was literally looking around thinking, okay, maybe I'm channeling the Force somehow, and I don't know.
This was what, by the garbage or by the...
Yeah. Because we got the
Something smelled dead?
There wasn't anything dead as far as I know, but it's just like the strong...
You just felt like a presence of something...
Yeah.
Like yucky.
Yeah, wow. Just like in the Time Bandits. Like almost like that.
I love that movie.
Yes.
That's a great movie. Yeah. That David Warner was the devil.
Yep.
That was great. Yeah, you could sense the evil, right?
Return
Return the that which you have stolen from me. Return the map now. I love that. That was great. And they're supposed to doing a reboot of it, but I don't know how that's gonna be. But
yeah.
I'm not crazy about reboots.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes, yeah, okay, but
a lot of reboots, if they just keep it at one, it's good, and then they try to spin it off, and then the sequels are just not. The sequels are just not as good because they want to repeat what they had before, and it's like, okay, yeah, just.
See, I would have liked them to do the Psycho movies again, but with the current cast, like with Freddie Highmore as Norman Bates, older, maybe 10 years from now. But that's all screwed up now, unless, you know, of course, it's a different timeline. This is him. But, you know, I would have liked to do a Bates. I mean, everybody, when they watch a show and then it comes to a conclusion, you either like it or you don't like it. And you know, nothing against anybody, but I just did not like the way the writing went for the past 2 seasons. It hit like a curve that was unrecognizable to me. It's like everybody envisioned, all right, you know, maybe Norma Bates doesn't die last season, and you know, maybe they just save it for maybe like, you know, they ended with, you know, like she lives on with Sheriff Romero and he goes away or something, and then you can do Psycho later on, and maybe he's not the one that kills her because they never said that really. You know, you saw this old woman in the chair, and I mean, you know, and he's like crazy, but you know, that was the movie. So I mean, you know, she played Vera Farmiga played such an amazing role of a lifetime that nobody wanted her to die. You know, everybody was pissed. Norma Bates, she was fantastic character. She was more likable than Norman. And it's supposed to be his thing, you know, and it was like, even Sheriff Romero, the guy that plays Sheriff Romero, fantastic, you know, and it's like, he's a good guy. It was cool. You're rooting for them, actually.
From a distance, that gal almost looked like one of the Arquettes. And that's who I thought it was for a second. It was, oh, cool. The gal from, what was it, Profiler? I think it was Profiler.
Did you see the final episode yet?
Yeah, I saw the final episode.
I'm just upset that they just killed off Norman like that, and it was like, and it got too freaky. It got like Texas Chainsaw Massacre-ish with the dead family member at the table. It's like, you know, in the movie, nobody saw that. Nobody was that.
I thought she was like in the basement of.
Yeah, but in the movie they didn't see the mother. It was never that. He dressed up like her and killed people, but you never saw her. You never saw. I mean, he saw her, and we saw him through his eyes. But he was not. Even though he was crazy, he wasn't crazy where he wanted to get caught.
Yeah.
But this show was like he's too crazy where he's gonna get caught. Which I'm like, how could that? You know, it's like it's different from the. It's a totally different timeline.
Yeah, it's understandable they want to when you make let's just say a remake or a reboot. We understand there's going to be subtle tweaks to the thing to where you want to go a different way. But I agree, what they did was just.
I just was. I would watch. You know, honestly, if I had to, say that they were going to do something to fix it and bring it back, I would have the opening episode, her waking up as Romero's trying to revive her, like, right? And then the whole thing would be in his head that none of it happened, you know? And then it just goes from there, you know?
That's what I was expecting to see. That's what I was expecting.
I mean, that's the way I would do it because, I mean, that's the starting point that I would do, is that, you know, he went to do that. It was an accident, but that I wouldn't have him that he's crazy enough to kill.
Here we go. When Romero knocked him out for a moment, or at least he woke up, and when he was doing that whole question, when he killed Romero, that little scene, what they should have done was have him wake up and look around and see there's blood, but don't see Romero, and it's like,
well, I would wipe this whole season. I wouldn't even want to have this whole season. I would go back to last season. As a starting point, when he did the thing with the heat, where they died of intoxication or whatever, and where you know how he's trying to revive her and then she's dead, and then Norman wakes up. I would just start the season where she wakes up, meaning this whole season and a half never happened.
Would you have her being the one trying to revive Norman then?
I would have him in like a coma, and then when he comes out of it, he's so traumatized with the realization that he could have killed his mother that he actually tries to get better. But then there's stuff behind the scenes that there are enemies like related to the person that was screwing around with her. You have to have like enemies, you know? But eventually, I mean, to me, it was like all rushed, where even though it was like 5 years, they jumped to that point where he's psycho, he's psycho, he's psycho. It's like, I would have never did the psycho thing in the series, you know? Because I would have the potential, let's do movies about it.
Yeah.
Let's get them back for movies, you know? Or if not, let's leave it where we could have specials or something, like Scream did or whatever, or if they had to go off and do other things and they're busy in their life, you end it, but then you can continue it, you know? But I wouldn't have it where they make it where he's a hated character. You know, I mean,
yeah. He really wasn't in the movie. That's just it.
I mean, in the movie...
He was looked at funny in the movie, but he wasn't really hated.
Right. People in the town liked him and stuff, and I mean, he did kill people. He was, you know, crazy with things, but I wouldn't have it that he killed his own mother and his own brother. I mean, he went to try to kill his brother, but then you knew he wasn't trying to kill his brother because he put the knife so high up that he never was going to kill him. But Dylan didn't know that. Dylan didn't know that.
Norman was doing the whole, it's like, this is what I looked at it.
He's like, don't come at me.
Right,
you know, and he came out.
Right the minute he went to that house, I was thinking, yeah, they're going to do the whole little, he's going to threaten him, put him in like a no-win situation, and force his brother to do the killing, even though.
They could have even did a twist where he was so crazy that we're all seeing it from his eyes, that she wasn't really dead. That she was actually in a coma this whole year and a half or something, and you know, all this stuff was just in his head. They could have did something like that. I mean, rather than kill her off. And then they did that weird thing that his other personality, like almost he was gay or something, and he was like in the gay bar. I'm like, what the heck? And he actually had in the car with the. I'm like, what do you? That never happened in the original Psycho. I mean, you're trying to do like a twist where it's like up, and they didn't even have him kill the female in the shower, and he didn't even wear the mother's dress doing it. Like to say, oh, it's against transgender. What are you talking about? This is Psycho. You're reading, you know, this is ridiculous. They ruined it. They ruined it, I felt. So I just block season 4 and 5 from my brain.
You're just dreaming, and maybe tomorrow's all going to be a man.
Well, the thing is, like, you know how we said, oh, you know, how we would handle the Alien franchise?
Yeah.
And we wouldn't have Alien 3, we wouldn't have Alien 4. Someone almost did that because they agree with us and they have the power now. I mean, these people that are writers and directors and big movie companies, this is what they're starting to do later.
That the strike doesn't
Superman Returns. No, it's done. Strike is done. It's not happening.
Okay.
But Superman Returns, that guy, his idea was Superman 1 and 2, and then he went off to find Krypton. So 3 and 4 never happened, right? Yeah. But the only problem with that was that he didn't have any villains. He just Lex Luthor, and it was boring and stupid. You know, where they should have had something.
A stalker in that, and that's what made it real weird.
It went from a high to a low. They could have had the 3 villains return, but by different actors, maybe, or something. Yeah. So that and just him having to deal with them. You know, but they didn't do that. They just, you know, you can't go from a high to a low, and that's what happens. You know. So, I mean, the thing is, based on Motel, they could have just that just. I don't think it ended where. I think the majority of the people weren't satisfied with the way it ended. But I have to, you know, have to look and see what it actually is. I'm happy about this, you know, Kong doing well in the box office, and we're gonna have, you know, Godzilla vs. Kong. That's cool. So. What else is anything going on in the news today?
Nothing I can recall off the top of my head. Yeah. I know I probably saw several things. Oh, the Big Finish drama. Tom Baker's going to be getting a new
companion.
Yeah, he's going to get a new companion, a cop from the 70s.
We're going to talk about that on the Real Hoovians.
Okay,
Usually there's not enough yet.
That's
what we'll talk about. So we'll get off here now. Maybe we'll do Real Hoovians. Take care. Bye for now.
Ciao.